So my internet outside once again did not want to work for me. So we're moving inside. Give me just a second. For some reason, the universe does not want me sitting outside. And that's okay. For some reason I go away here. I'll be right back. Hopefully I don't go away. There we go. There we go. Okay. At least I have internet. I'm inside, right? For some reason it does not want to work outside. Okay. We'll just get comfortable on the couch. That's perfectly fine. We can do that. Okay. Now we're active. Now we're here. Now that I'm inside, I don't know what it is with my outside right now. I guess it's just the weather or something, but it seems that I'm not supposed to sit out back and do conscious coffee because I keep trying to do that and I get, no, you can't do that. So I want this to be a quick conscious coffee because I'm actually in the process of, like, my little munchkin's going to be here real soon. So this is only going to be a quick conscious coffee. But as I was last night, I was goofing around with my lover, and we were just playing around and doing some role playing and some different stuff, and it brought to my attention these different personalities that we all have. And, you know, we do have all different personalities. We show up differently with different people. Certain people pull out different characteristics in us than other people and all this different stuff. But this morning when I woke up, I was just thinking about the deeper version of that. And here's the reality. We are really quite two-faced with ourselves, or you could say that we have multiple personality disorder with ourselves, because there are these aspects of self where we're going to come across and we're like, we'll put a smile on and we'll be sweet to people and we're going to post the best things on Facebook. And if you ask us, you know, how things are, we're going to be like, oh, it's unbelievable, da, 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 da. Or we might get more attention, feel better if we say, oh, you know, no, I don't have much going on, or, you know, oh, life is so troublesome right now. It's just like I've been really, really stressed and really fatigued. When you actually have a whole bunch of blessing in your life. It's what I'm getting to here, make this very, very short, is that this multiple personality that we do with inside ourselves, we put forward one personality, we put forward one energy, and then we wonder why things are not happening the way we want them to be happening. You know, like, so bring this down to manifestation, because that's what I always talk about on Conscious Coffee, is like, it's coming back to living in your truth and that manifesting power and everything. And what it all comes down to is you can't lie to the universe. You can't lie to God. You are known at a DNA cellular level. So whatever is actually going on in here, way back there, the way you really truly feel about yourself, the way you really truly feel about life, the way you really truly, you know, those thoughts that you go, oh no, I'm a very optimistic, I'm a very positive person, I'm a very this, I'm a very that. Well, if you really want to know what's going on and get right with yourself, then you're going to start to pay attention as to what's going on in your world, right? Because what's going on in your world is nothing more than a reflection of what's going on in your world in here. And what we tend to do is we tend to basically be speaking one thing and thinking another, and then get irritated at what is showing up because we're speaking this way, and our words really aren't heard. Our words are not heard. Words mean a lot when we share them with somebody else. Words don't ultimately teach. Experience teaches. And words can cause us to want to experience, can cause us to want to explore and adventure life. But ultimately, our words don't teach. And our words really don't mean dilly squat in the big scheme of things when it's the internal stuff that is really got us going on. And you could say, but there's words going on in my head too. It's the thoughts. It's more than the words going on in your head. It's the the energy that you're giving those words. It's the emotional connection that you're giving those words. It's the feeling, the way you tend to, show up in your day-to-day life. Yesterday, I wrote an article talking about Alice in Wonderland, and it's all about owning yourself. And as I was saying earlier yesterday, writing that, I have been thinking about like all this running around that I have been doing, and kind of like feeling like a spun kind of from the weekend, because I had done some traveling and a beautiful adventures, very, very amazing weekend. But there was also just this kind of like spinning effect, and then coming back into home ground here and looking at all these things that needed to get done. It was kind of like, whoa, a take back, almost like an otherworldly experience had happened. And that made me think of like Alice in Wonderland. We get caught up in all this chaos. We get caught up in our circus. It's like we really do need to own the fact that you have this circus going on in your life. And those are your monkeys, right? They are your monkeys. So just own the monkeys, own the circus, and then ask yourself, what is it that I really truly want to manifest in my life? Well, if you want this, and I'm going to guess that you want happiness, that you want abundance, that you want health, that you want connection, that you want a great love life, that you want all this good stuff. Because I think we all want that for the most part. I don't think anybody's running around going, man, I really wish I had this like crappy life, right? No, I really want to be broke. I really don't want to have a great sex life. I really don't want to have a great love life. I really don't want we don't do that. What we're wanting is we're wanting connection. We're wanting happiness. We're wanting abundance. We're wanting love. And if you really truly want that, and it's not in your world in one fashion or form, and you're going, but I've been journaling, but I've been doing the meditations, but I've been, taking care of myself here. I've been pushing myself to do this. I've been pushing myself to do that. And notice I'm using the word pushing. Why? Or I've tried this. I've tried that. Trying energy or pushing energy is resistance energy. It is doing something with the focus of it not being there versus the focus of it being there. And what tends to happen is we're like speaking the words of, I know this is here. I know that I'm loved and supported. I know that I'm abundant in all ways. I'm so blessed. I'm so blessed. But if you got bullshit going off in the back of your head and you're constantly hearing, oh, that's just a bunch of crap, like you're actually really, really depressed, then what's going to manifest is that underlying energy. Okay. And this is where we're two-faced with ourselves. Is that we put this forward and we think that this is going to win all. And so we do this, but then what's going on back here? This other face of us is actually winning because it's vocalizing so much more. It's energetically connecting so much more to everything in our world. And when we meet people, are they really truly hearing our voice and the words that are coming out? Or are they recognizing us by the way we are showing up, our energy, the way we are actually connecting to them? It really comes down to, I can't hear what you're saying for what you're doing type thing here. Your words really are not that meaningful in those moments, because people are going to, and the world, the energy of the world, the universe, really, really, truly are really focused more on that initial energetic connection. Just yesterday, I was teaching a class to the Primal Reboot men, and one of the topics that I talked about in there was the 3-second rule. And years ago, I read the book, I think it's called the 3-second rule, back in the 90s. And one of the things that really struck me about that book, it's a whole book written on the fact that what we do is it takes us about 3 seconds to know if we are a yes or a no to someone. So we make a decision within the first 3 seconds about someone, and then that's just how, that's what lodges inside of us. A lot of the times we might go against what that initial feeling is. Most of that time we end up really not in the right relationships, because something inside of us will say, oh, this isn't right. But then we start, going, oh, well, he, she is this tall, they look like this, they have this kind of resume, they live here, they make this much money, they've traveled here, it's good conversationalist, this, that, blah, 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 blah. So we start looking at the package versus what our gut is, but our gut makes a decision within about 3 seconds about somebody. And I have actually played with that through the years when it comes to just different things that come in, whether it is an opportunity or a person. And it really truly is there that we make a very, very quick decision about something, but we don't recognize the decision the majority of the time because it comes across as a feeling or a sensation that we typically will disregard. And then the logical mind comes in and tries to, make us go one way or another, whatever that logical decision is, versus what that gut reaction is. That also brings up the two-facedness here that we do with ourselves, because that two-facedness, if we have a gut reaction to something that says no, and then we force ourselves to say yes, and then we wonder why things turn out this way, well, maybe we should have listened to the gut reaction. Maybe there's something deeper going on, an inner knowing, an inner knowledge about things that is much deeper and more understanding and wise than what we actually make it out to be. Any way you look at it, we all do it. We are all two-faced with ourselves. We all dance around and waver all over the place, not able to make decisions, basically just sitting on the fence in different areas of our life, going, I don't know, this is good. I don't know, that is good. I feel this way. I feel that way. And we wave back and forth, and we just throw out this energy, which is very just undecided energy. And when we are in that undecided energy, once again, what's going to be revealed to us? Undecided events, undecided people, undecided, opportunities. It comes in and then it just goes away. So we have this kind of effect, and things attract to us, but because we are not solid in who we are, solid in what we want, nothing solid will actually stick around. So if you are experiencing anything where you're not feeling, where you're really wanting something to happen, you're really wanting something to manifest in your life, I encourage you to look at, where are you wavering inside? Are you tipping back and forth on that fence? How truthful are you actually being with yourself? Are you believing the things that you are actually trying to force yourself to believe? Or what is really going on? What's that undercurrent about? Because if that undercurrent is stronger than the things that you are working on, you need to deal with the roots of the undercurrent and to pull those out so that you can actually get to that place that you really do want to be at, which is those positive thoughts, which is those positive affirmations, that good vibe, that high vibe, the recoding, the restructuring of your energetic DNA so that you can really truly pull in the things that you really want. I really think that's, like I said, it's going to be a quick conscious coffee, because that was just like my running thought while I was making coffee and taking care of my dog and everything. I was just like, I need to just share this, because this is kind of like the topic of the last few days. I had clients coming in yesterday, and this was definitely one of the topics there that came up. And then just that little bit of play yesterday made me go, oh, look, this kind of relates to energy as well, because, we really do bounce characters with ourselves inside our own heads. And it's not that there is some mental issue going on with any of us. It's just that we are so undecided, unclear, and really out of integrity with our core, with our soul. So how can we even be clear? And doing that soul alignment work is really the answer, to just really bring that in. Remember who you are, speak who you are, walk the way you should be walking as the person that you really truly are. Look at the things that you really value instead of what everybody else values. Look at the things that you you really want to be. Stop looking at the judgments, the criticisms, the opinions of every other person on this planet, the people close to you and not close to you. Because if you start living according to their ideas, judgments, criticisms, opinions, guess what? You are not you. You will not be in alignment to you. You will not draw in things that are truly in alignment, and you're never going to find happiness, joy, or peace by living according to somebody else's ideas, judgments, or opinions. So I encourage you to look at that. I also encourage you to click on the link for the article that is in the comment section, because that talks about owning who you are. That's my Alice in Wonderland all spinny article, poem. I don't know what the heck it was yesterday. I was in a mood, but the point is still there. Announcements. My big announcement really is there's two. A local workshop is the Tantra 201 class. It is coming up in about a week and a half, 2 weeks, something like that. I guess it's 2 weeks. I'm co-teaching that with Addison Bell. It is a level 2 Tantra workshop for all of you Dallas, Fort Worth, or close enough to get here, people who might want to participate in that. It is PG-13 rated for language. We are teaching foundational tantric practices in this workshop, but some very deep, eye-opening foundational practices that you can take into all areas of your life, including the bedroom. I do encourage you to explore that workshop if you are local, or if you want can make it to that workshop in any fashion or form. Just realize that it is a live workshop happening here. It's not online or anything. And then the other workshop that I have coming up on the 11th of May 11th is Manifest Your Man, and that is a global workshop for all of you ladies, and that I'm going to get into the nitty-gritty details of how you can draw in the lover, the very conscious, the lover of your dreams. Really truly design, like manifest the man that you want. How do you do that? What do you have to do to get into that alignment, to really draw in, to match that energy and call in that man? You know, interesting thing, I was talking to a friend of mine just a couple weeks ago, and we were talking about dating, and we were talking about men and all this different stuff, and I just went and said, you know, I was describing this guy, you know, I was like, oh, he's this tall, he looks like this, da 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 da, and I was describing his energy, and I was just like, this was just one day, I did this one day, and I think it was actually in the morning, or maybe it was in the night before. It was the night before. I was describing this guy, and I just was like talking about it and throwing all these characteristics out there into the air in conversation. And the next morning, this guy lines up quite literally very close to what I had just casually thrown out into the air. And I get this friend request from this guy. And of course, I was instantaneously drawn to him because I just talked about this personality the night before, right? In this casual conversation, I'm like, what? Let me look at this. And so I clicked on him, and I was like, wow, look at this. Like, this guy has all of this stuff going that I was just throwing out into the air just last night. Isn't that really cool? So no dating sites, no nothing. I'm telling you, ladies, you can manifest a man without a dating site. I very, very rarely have I used dating sites in the past. I've gone out on plenty of dates. I've had lots of amazing men in my life, beautiful, beautiful men. And I just want to share with you ladies how you can really draw in those guys and just have more to choose from and more to learn from, and really get familiar with who you are and what you want in that conscious lover. And I use the word conscious because I think that conscious is really a primary focus for most women today. I think that most women are sick and tired of having the guy that just is not present, that is not there with them. That we want a man who is on purpose, who is passionate, who is playful, who is confident, and who is there with us when he's with us. It's not about having your man with you 24/7. That's kind of a little bit too much anyway. It's about that when you are together, he's consciously there. He's not staring at his phone. He's not surfing through his email. He's not surfing through Facebook or some other social media. He's not off staring at a baseball game or a football game or whatever. He is right there with you and knows how to inquire, how to communicate, and how to connect from a heart space and a mental space long before you get to the physical space. physical space is pretty important too, right? And we're going to cover all of those topics. So please click on the link in the comments section and check out Manifest Your Man. That is available to any woman in the world because it is a globally taught live workshop here on Facebook. Let me see. Anything else? I think that's pretty much it. I'm going to get off of here, get ready for my little munchkin to get back to me. And if I said anything in this video that was touching in any way, made you think, made you just go, hey, somebody needs to hear this, please click the little share button. I do appreciate all of you who have been sharing my work lately. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And as always, you can follow me at www.kendalwilliams.com. And remember, stop existing, start living. I'll catch you guys tomorrow with another Conscious Coffee. Bye, everybody.